Full disclosure, I actually had to remake this entire video because just as everyone and their grandmama pirate was talking about this special tourbillon, Agelocer swooped in and revealed some details that completely changed the story. If someone's going to ask me to describe Agelocer as a brand, I would say it's a unique and confident brand from China. That's it. It's either you're just gonna take the word of a man labeled a watch pirate, or you're gonna have to dive deep and examine the design language of this Chinese brand. I mean, just look at it. It doesn't seem anything like those copycat watches coming from our Asian friends. Well, because apparently they are composed of designers who have done work for multiple luxury brands and have names that are not trying to make friends with your tongue. And it shows because there's more restraint in using curves, there's a lot more purpose on lines and proportions. Even on the wrist, it feels like a Swiss brand rather than an Asian watch. The case measures 40mm, but it's paired with a 21mm lug width. That's an odd choice, but somehow it works, at least until you decide to swap straps and realize your options are a lot more limited. On my 6¼ inch wrist though, the watch wears just fine, though it does lean towards the imposing side of things because of its open dial design and very narrow bezel. Let's talk about the movement briefly here, as after all it is the showcase of the watch. But one thing that really surprised me is the crown. The crown here has a very satisfying snapback action when you're winding the movement. It's similar to what you see in most pocket watches back in the time, and it's nice to see it here also in this Manta. Inside is Agelocer's Caliber 9301, a free-sprung flying tourbillon movement running at 28,800 vibrations per hour with a dual-barrel setup delivering around 60 hours of power reserve. The other showcase here is actually your wrist. Whether you've got K-drama swoon-worthy skin or grizzly bear lumberjack forearms, this watch puts all of that in full display. Whether you like that or not, the architecture of the movement makes it part of the design. Under the timepiece, the same design language carries into the strap system. Not only do you get curved quick-release spring bars, but also a rare quick-release buckle mechanism. Useful for the extremely specific moment you decide to change your buckle, which is basically never. But hey, you can now tell people that your watch has 4 quick-release spring bars rather than 2. And all of that detail is still just surface level, because under the glass, the real story isn't trying to impress you from across the room. It's waiting for you to get uncomfortably close. You know that moment when someone gets awkwardly close to you, staring at your phone screen like they're trying to read your thoughts? Well, except that's on your wrist. Well, maybe watch pirates actually enjoy that kind of attention, but anyway, let's take a closer look. This is what you're paying for here. The movement feels like it's been sculpted and engineered by Agelocer. Okay, we'll stop short of calling it in-house. That would be extremely unlikely, especially for this price, but this is probably the next best thing. The bridges are cleverly structured. There's logic into it. If a line is cut off from one side, you expect it to resolve somewhere else, and it does. Everything feels intentional. Jewel struts are thick and chamfered, a mix of stability and aesthetics working together. And wherever they can display watchmaking glazing, they made sure it's poured onto this movement. Polishing, brushing, sandblasting, relief carving, electroplating, it's all here, layered onto the structure. Even the barrels, usually hidden away, are fully exposed, showing the springs and how much energy they're still holding. It's not subtle, it's a full demonstration of capability by Agelocer. The construction of the dial components also showcases Agelocer's capability in design. Take, for example, this rehaut that normally would be a single molded or machined piece. But here, Agelocer uses applied indexes, creating a much crisper separation between the two elements. That sharp definition introduces contrast in both surface texture and tone that would otherwise be softened if everything had been, carved from a single component. Ironically, you can see this effect on the Agelocer branding itself, where some of the transitions between the letters and background appear slightly softened. These are incredibly small details, that kind of details that most people would never notice, but they're there if you're willing to put on a macro lens and awkwardly invade your watch's privacy. When you turn the watch over, you'll notice a rather tasteful execution of flatness, and I actually love this choice because it creates a clear delineation between the front and the back of the watch. Agelocer accomplishes this by finishing the entire rear structure with a uniform brushed finish. That subdued surface then becomes the backdrop for the information markings and Agelocer seal, prominently engraved and gold inlaid in the movement. It's a neat nod to old horology, and more importantly, it gives the watch a distinct high-end feel without trying too hard to announce it. Okay, finally we get to talk about the tourbillon after nearly 6 minutes of blabbering. First off, this isn't just a regular tourbillon, it's a flying tourbillon. That means that unlike a conventional tourbillon, which is supported from both the top and bottom, this one is anchored solely from below. Mechanically, that's a more difficult thing to execute. It also largely rules out simply dropping in an off-the-shelf tourbillon movement and calling it a day. Admittedly, there was a time when the phrase off-the-shelf tourbillon sounded completely absurd, but then China happened. Over the last decade, Chinese manufacturers have done what Chinese manufacturers do best: take something rare, industrialize it, and flood the market until everyone has to rethink what it should cost. As a result, tourbillons had become dramatically less exclusive, which, depending on whether you own a six-figure Swiss tourbillon, is either progress or a personal attack. Agelocer then adds its own twist. Mounted to the flying tourbillon is this sculpted twin manta ray motif that rotates together with the escapement. Now, a lot of people absolutely love this detail. I unfortunately must be the designated pessimist, because we're looking at a sea creature prominently displayed not on a dive watch but on a dress watch that's merely rated at 50 meters of water resistance. It's a bit like putting a bald eagle on a mobility scooter. Petty criticism? Absolutely. It's still cool? Definitely yes. It's cool because this isn't just a flying tourbillon, it's also paired with a free-sprung balance wheel. Instead of using a regulator arm like most standard movements, timing is controlled by adjusting the inertia of the balance wheel itself. At $14.99, you're now sitting at the same territory as a Hamilton Jazzmaster skeleton, which runs at a simple ETA-based movement, proven, modular, and intentionally straightforward. It's nowhere near in comparison with the complexity of this Manta tourbillon, which then raises a very peculiar question. If something goes wrong, is it actually easier to service the clean modular ETA movement or this highly exposed flying tourbillon architecture? So I spoke to a Chinese watch manufacturer to get some more insight. Mr. G here has been making watches for well over a decade and is also one of the manufacturers that we work with our watches. I showed him the Manta and asked him a simple question: have you seen this movement before? Because my initial assumption was that Agelocer had developed something largely in-house, and Mr. G said that the movement does look familiar. It seems like it came from the Hangzhou movement factory but heavily modified. It's one thing to embellish a few details, but here there are so many subtle changes: repositioned bridges, thicker struts, different gear layouts. There's enough changes here beyond decoration and more like genuine re-engineering. And that made me realize we're not dealing with your typical microbrand here. This is a company that understands how to leverage existing industrial capabilities and then package them into a design language that is unmistakably their own. On the other hand, if you take a finished movement, disassemble it, replace the bridges, reassemble everything, regulate it again, and then QC the entire thing, you're burning time and labor at every single step. We suspect Agelocer did here is they upstream the modification. Let the movement manufacturer handle the structure changes themselves before the final assembly is done by Agelocer. I was just about to call this the final cut and send it off to Agelocer, but then the company revealed key information that frankly I've never seen disclosed anywhere else. And boy, was I wrong. Agelocer confirmed that they did collaborate with the Hangzhou manufacturer to produce this movement. However, this is not a modified movement at all. This caliber 9301 was designed entirely by Agelocer, with Hangzhou acting as their manufacturing producer. So while it may resemble existing Hangzhou architectures at first glance, this is in fact a completely different movement. Which means what we interpreted as heavy modifications may actually be evidence that we were looking at an entirely new caliber all along. And that's as close to in-house movement as you can get on a $14.99 watch. And lastly, as a mic drop moment, Agelocer shared with me the two patents for this watch. Simply amazing value coming from Agelocer. This brings us back to the question, what will happen to this watch when it's time to service it? Based on what we've seen here, Agelocer is more than capable enough to service or even replace this movement. Yes, everybody is looking at that flying tourbillon, which is amazing by itself at that price tag, but the real story here was never just that complication. It's Agelocer's capability to design and produce watches at the level unheard of at this price point. It's a massive gap that sets this company apart from other brands. Once you see that gap, and there are plenty of literal beautiful gaps in between this movement, you'll never look at Agelocer the same way again.